They're now trying to make this a rule in school that teachers tell the kids in grade school, we're talking about K through 5, that they're allowed to pick their genders. That's where I have a problem with it, okay? You live your life, you want to dress as a woman, you want to dress as a man, God bless you. I believe that this country should protect
personal liberties.
100%, I agree. I will never have an issue with that
That's
whatsoever,
right.
okay?
Right.
But when you get to the extent now that you're demanding, that I now have to recognize people, that a grown man wearing a dress, I have to use the right pronouns, or I get fined or go to prison, which is actually happening in states like California, okay? That's ridiculous. So because I had 2 eyes and I call somebody the correct pronoun, I can get in trouble, right? And secondly, introducing it into the school system, which is over-sexualizing children at a young age, telling them they can
That's the
pick,
media and market doing that
100,
too, though.
I agree, 100% agree.
Money again from the top.
That is when something goes from a personal freedom to infringing upon mine. Okay, I don't have to raise my kids to believe that they can pick their gender because they can't. I feel bad for people that suffer from gender dysphoria. Both of those two ideologies can exist in the same.
But certainly we've got to protect personal liberties.
100%. Wear a dress. I say, guys, if you want to go put on a dress.
Yeah, no one wants to make that leap.
But I mean, it's not. You got the Amish, you got the Mennonites, you got the Baptists, you got different groups in religion, different groups in culture, different Muslims, Mexicans. Make sure personal liberties are protected.
Always.
No matter what.
I agree.
Now, I don't know about this dictate about the teachers telling the students. You're talking about in first grade, second grade?
Yeah, and they're not allowed.
Yeah,
they can call them in
know
school. In school, they're allowed to call your son. You could not know your son's going to school, and they could be calling her all day by a different name. They are no longer required to tell the parent, because now they're protecting, and that to me is really crazy stuff, and that's what I speak out against, which gets me earned as a hate monger. And I'm going, do you understand what's happening here? You're confusing children. Children don't. I don't think about that stuff when I was a kid. You know, I for like 2 years, I thought I was a tomboy. I used to run around. I used to wear baggy clothes, speak with a deep voice. I was in 4th grade because I just thought the boys were cooler. My mom didn't shave my head and call me Michael. Teachers didn't call me Michael. I was still Candace. And then a couple of years later, I went through puberty, and suddenly I thought the guys were cute. Right, and that's what's being disrupted now that they're trying to normalize allowing children to go under hormone therapy when they haven't even hit puberty, or allowing these children to say that they're different people. It's confusing.
But that's really going to make the black community snap.
I didn't know about, but any community. We're not just talking
more
about
black.
More
There's
black.
more.
Yeah, black
white
community
people are
doesn't
more. Okay, my son's a girl.
Yeah, no. Black moms,
people are
you're
like,
not calling.
I ain't
You're not
it.
calling my son. I don't have a son yet, but let me find out that some school is calling my son by a name that I didn't give him. Black moms will show up 100%.
I would argue that the whole trans movement is the end of black support of the left.